Okay, ready when you are.
Hi, welcome to the 13th floor. I'm Marty Duda, and today we have with us Justine Roulettes of the Roulettes.
That's right.
Of course, makes perfect sense.
It
You were
does.
born to be in this band.
That's right, yeah.
Welcome to the 13th floor. Thanks for coming by.
Cool, thanks.
So you're going to perform a couple of tunes for us.
Yep.
First of all, the Roulettes is a band. Where are the rest of the guys?
Well, Ben's left us. He's in Vietnam at the moment, and we managed to find a drummer in Melbourne who is a friend of Ben's brother, and so we recorded with him over there. So we're in 3 different parts of the world.
Right. And when you say you recorded, it was for the EP that you just put out,
Yeah,
Rocket to You?
That's right, yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
And so you guys were kind of remotely doing this, or how?
Yeah,
how did it work?
totally remotely. Yeah, they're all. I would work on the demos and build them up with on Logic, and put down some drum parts and a bit of a bass part, and work out the structures and do that, and then let Ben know via Dropbox there was something there for him to work on. He'd work on it, and then we'd send him to Melbourne, where Ben's brother and Davey would record the drums, and then they'd go back to Ben, who mixes. And I'd add what I needed to add back in Auckland, and then we decided that they were finished when they were done.
Great. It doesn't sound very rock and roll, I must say.
This process?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I get the feeling that if you told Keith Richards about that, he would sneer.
He would laugh.
But how was it as far as
Well, it fits around your life a lot better, and
Right.
very well. You don't have to sort of book out a weekend.
Right.
I could do it when I was inspired and when I had the time to. Having said that, there were a couple of times where I was surprised that what I ended up doing ended up on the album, like on the EP, Rocket to You. I just recorded. I thought, I've got a song, let's see if Ben likes it. So I quickly recorded when everybody was out, recorded the guitars and vocals and backing vocals and the whistling part, my whistling debut, and said, here's the demo, here's what it sounds like, we'll do it properly at a later date. And then Ben said, no, we're using this. So
there you go.
that's quite nice. So I guess the key is spontaneity. You can capture spontaneity quite well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now you're going to perform a couple of songs for us. The first one being "Ordinary Glories."
That's right. Yep.
What can you tell me about that?
It's about loss, and universally about loss. And I'm not the only person who's experienced this, but losing people close to you, and specifically in this case, my mum. Who's unwell with Alzheimer's, and it's about drifting away from somebody, and you realise that you kind of take people for granted that they're there, they're always going to be there, and what do you know, they're not.
Yeah.
So you look back and you think, well, actually, this is the story. This is the end of the chapter. This is the end of the book. So that's what that's about, really.
Okay.
And the riff sort of evolved over. I guess it was. It was a slow evolution of that riff, and
That's the way riffs work, don't they?
yeah, sometimes they're
rarely
fast.
come out fully formed, do they?
Well, sometimes they do. I think Hullabaloo came out pretty straight away, and you see
Right.
it's 2 minutes, and there's only like 4 words, I think, and 3 of them are Hullabaloo. But that one, it was really playing my subconscious, and I kind of got it, but it took me about a month to play around, get the notes in all the right order, and then I knew it was there. It just had to click.
Cool.
Then
All right.
clicks.
Well, let's give it a listen. "Ordinary Glories," and we'll come back and talk some more.
Okay.
It's funny when you call me. It's not the same at all. We keep going round in circles until we hit the wall. We're running out of stories. We're getting near the end. No more ordinary glories. No more birthday cards to send. your silence. I'm hollow, but I'm whole. We've seen the end of violence, got the scars upon our souls. I'm standing here defenseless, 'cause I'm not on your mind. Just a beat behind my senses, and blood the tie that binds. Running out of stories, we're getting near the end. No more ordinary glories, no more birthday cards to send.
Alrighty, that was Justine Roulettes with Ordinary Glories. We're back with Justin, and we're going to talk about another song that's very close to your heart, isn't it?
It is, yeah.
It's a Straitjacket Fits song, Sparkle That Shines. Tell us why it's important to you.
Well, it's a song that Andrew Brough wrote, who was my stepbrother, who I grew up with, and he performed it and recorded it with Straitjacket Fits, and it was on their first EP, which came out in 1987, Life in One Chord. And I'd heard The Orange, I'd seen them play live, and I'm younger than Andrew by a few years, and it was just a lovely song, and I've always loved that song. Then when I heard that he died suddenly this year in February, I went rushing back to his music, and I kind of had to work out some of those songs and get to know them. And Sparkle That Shines is one of the ones that I worked out and had to play. So I mean, it's very sad he's not here.
Yes.
But his music is wonderful, and I'd like more people to hear it. And so as many people to hear it as possible. And there's a lot of love for his music out there. So
yeah,
it's my way of saying.
His band Bike was. Yeah. I love the record, and it's one of those that just certain people tend to remember and know about, and it's one that if people search it out, they'll be very happy. It's
really good, and it's now back on Spotify.
Oh, great!
Yeah, and I'm not sure if hopefully there's a possibility of getting it released on CD.
Yeah,
vinyl would be lovely, but we'll have to wait and see.
And I love the fact that because I interviewed him back in the day when the record came out. And he told me that the reason the band was called Bike was a Pink Floyd, Syd Barrett reference. So it was very cool.
Yes.
So you can't beat that, right?
No, that's right.
Anyway, okay, so we're going to hear you perform it, and then we'll come back and talk some more.
Cool.
It's 1,000,000 to 1 that I won't take you home, across the moon in scattered light, as we gaze at the stars of these passionless years, with the memories all falling round, and the changes in mind and the falling behind, in the vacuum of loveless night. Stare at the wall and do nothing at all, just the glitter of glamorous years. What will we feel when feels no pain. Where will we turn when everyone turns away? I don't feel the sparkle that shines through our lives. I don't feel the sparkle that shines through our lives. I don't feel anymore. It's a million to one that I won't take you home to the sound of silent fears as we gaze at the stars in these passionless years with the memories all fall around, like the changes in mind and falling behind in the vacuum of loveless night. We stare at the wall and do nothing at all, just the glitter of the glamorous years. What will we feel when everyone feels no pain? Where will we turn when everyone turns away? What will we feel when everyone feels no pain? Where will we turn when everyone turns away? I don't feel the sparkle that shines through our lives. I don't feel the sparkle that shines through our eyes. I don't feel the sparkle that shines through our eyes. I don't feel the sparkle that shines through our eyes. I don't feel anymore.
Righto, that was Justine Roulettes, his version of Sparkle That Shine, old tune from way back when, the Straitjacket Fits. Very nice, very nice.
Thank you.
And now I'm kind of curious because the band members are all over the planet now. What does that mean for the future of the band?
Well, one thing we can carry on working this way as long as we're not put back into lockdown,
Right.
Or in Australia, you know, because that actually, yeah, that put an end to the recording process. We had a few more songs kind of ready, just about ready to go.
Right.
But yeah,
There's what, 5 songs on the EP?
Yeah. So I'd like to reactivate that process, get that going again. In terms of playing live, I'm playing in Dunedin at the Crown on the 11th of July with some friends who are going to stand in. We're going to be Roulettes.
Right.
And so we're learning some songs there.
Everybody's a roulette.
It's right, you can be. You just, you know. So yeah, I'll play live when I can, and we'll just, it's sort of a new venture, which is kind of quite liberating and quite exciting. Ben and I have always enjoyed the recording part of things. I mean, playing live is great as well, but in terms of, like, I guess the time spent and what you get out of it, writing and realizing the songs and getting that sonic thing going is really satisfying.
Very good.
Yep. So more recording.
So we got another song and then another quickie afterwards, right?
Yep.
A bonus
That's
track.
right. Yeah.
So the song we're going to hear is "Rocket to You," which is the title track of the EP.
Yep.
I immediately think of the Ramones because "Rocket
that's
to
good.
Russia."
Yeah, right. Yeah, good. Well, that's rocket is one of those words that is got a lot of rock and roll associations.
Yeah.
And I guess it's sort of, the word dates from the 50s, so it was something that had those sorts of associations to me. In a way, retrospectively, because I wrote it before Andrew died, but part of it was about him and that sense of not being able to reach somebody who you know is quite distant in ways that you want to, and wanting to kind of rescue people, and that's quite, I guess, not always possible.
Yeah.
So it's that sense of a journey and travelling, and I like Major Tom, and I'm a Bowie fan, and Mick Ronson.
Who isn't?
Yeah. People haven't heard him yet.
That's true.
Yeah. So it had all those things in it, and it kind of sort of it also became it summed up the process as well, because that was one that I wrote really quickly, and that's one that went to Ben, and he built a lot of stuff around it, and there's Mark Tierney's actually got hold of it and done a remix of it, which we'll probably be releasing at some point.
Cool.
As well. So
excellent. And then we have another quick tune afterwards called Hullabaloo.
Yeah, which is the oldest song on the planet, on the album. And it's just, I guess it's one of those base emotions of being angry and annoyed, and it's 2 minutes and very simple and straightforward, and
Very good. Well, thanks for coming around.
Thanks for having me.
Your first post-COVID video session
That's
for the 13th floor, so we're glad to have you up here.
Great.
And good luck with everything, and hope the band manages to keep going along.
Being a band, yeah.
Being a band. But in the meantime, we'll listen to Rocket to You.
It always starts with guitars, ends with your head and the stars. You're made of curious stuff, and once is never enough. I'm on a rocket to you, no time to take in the view. I've never ventured so high, head for the tear in the sky. You'll slip away through a hole in the day, but is this freedom or fear? Drinking alone, I'm approaching the zone. Get you the fuck out of here. I'm on a rocket to you, no time to take in the view. I've never ventured so high, head for the tear in the sky. I heard your song, it was tortured and long. Sounds like you're just holding on. Out of phase, deafened to praise, memories set to erase. I'm on a rocket to you, too fast to take in the view. I've never ventured so high, head for the tear in the sky.
That was.